You might assume that there aren't many differences between A1 class bikes and other motorcycles due to the regulations surrounding them. Their maximum displacement is limited to 125 cc, and their maximum power output is capped at 14.7 bhp, with a power-to-weight ratio of 0.1 kilowatts per kilogram. Fortunately, there is a staggering variety available for those over the age of 125. Everyone can find something they like, from adventure-spec motorcycles to fully fared sports bikes and dirt bikes with knobby tires. In today's video, we'll talk about top 10 best 125cc motorcycles. If you enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Number 10. Ryeju Aventura 125, 4,200 pounds. It's surprising that there aren't more than 125 adventure bikes available, considering how popular the genre is these days. But it's obvious which of the few that are available you want, the Ryeju Aventura 125. Although Ryeju isn't exactly well known, the Spanish brand has been in existence in one capacity or another since 1934, so it's by no means a recent arrival. Its specialty has always been 125s, especially dirt bikes. So a 125 ADV seems like a logical next step. Taller riders who have recently completed their CBT will find it to be an excellent alternative because they will feel quite spacious on it, but shorter people can also use it because of its low seat height. With its big tires, wire wheels, and angular half fairing, it feels substantial for a 125 and looks the part. Compared to the 3,599 pounds Sinus T125, it may appear a little pricey at 4,199 pounds, but we believe the difference is almost worth it. Number 9. Lex Moto XR SE 125, 4,200 pounds. By now, we're all too familiar with Lex Moto's low-cost Chinese-made UK-imported goods. Its 1,000 pounds Eco 50cc scooter, for example, is a consistent bestseller in the country. But China is starting to establish some credibility for its mobile phones here as well, and Lex Moto's most recent model, the LXR 125, is likely the best that the country has to offer in terms of motorcycles. As usual, it's a great deal at just 4,200 pounds in a market when many comparable bikes cost almost 2,000 more. But don't think it's cheap rubbish. The LXR is stylish, equipped with twin-disc brakes, an alloy swing arm, and inverted forks. More than enough, in fact, to turn heads among the McDonald's patrons. Its air-cooled engine is a little old school, producing only 12 horsepower, and it can't compete with the newest models from companies like Yamaha. Moreover, its residual value, dependability, and durability are probably not going to be as high. However, considering that you'll probably only retain it for a year and that you're at an age where money is very tight, it's definitely worth a look in the 125cc class. Number 8. Aprilia RX 125, 4,500 pounds. Why wouldn't we appreciate Aprilia's formula condensed into a more compact, reasonably priced, yet still highly desirable package? We adore the brand's formidable, refined flagship machines. Though you might have anticipated that we would choose the undoubtedly striking RS 125, we focus on the frequently disregarded RX SX pair here. The innovative liquid-cooled DOHC fuel-injected 4-valve single engine that powers the RX 125, a trail-style 125, and the SX, its supermoto-style sister, were both unveiled in 2018. They share the same engine as their more well-known relative, the speedy RS. Here, the engine is supported by a simple steel frame with two beams that braces good front and rear cycle parts, such as 41mm inverted forks and a monoshock rear. The RX and SX models have wire wheels and semi-knobbly tires, while the RX has 21 18-inch wire wheels and more street-oriented rubber, respectively. Both of them are easy to ride, have plenty of quality and elegant bodywork. They are also as fast as any other 4-stroke 125. What's not to enjoy? Number 7. Kawasaki Ninja 125, 4,700 pounds. Though both the sister Kawasaki Z 125 Naked and the sports bike angled Kawasaki Ninja 125 are athletic machines with excellent handling, the hooligan youth in us is lured to the lime green colors of the Mini ZX-10R. Even on tough terrain, the lightweight Ninja handles the mountain roads with exceptional ease and predictability, demonstrating great stability in the middle of turns. Even better, its lightweight and flickability make it easy to maneuver around stationary cars when traveling through urban areas with heavy traffic. Learning to ride a learner-legal motorbike may be enjoyable and simple with Kawasaki's powerful engine, eye-catching design, and handling that matches. It's interesting to note that Kawasaki hasn't been heavily involved in this market until recently, but the Kawasaki Ninja 125 has a lot of appeal for riders of all skill levels looking for a stylish urban runabout because of its vivid and instantly recognizable livery and Kawasaki's reputation for dependability, sporting dynamics, and value. Number 6. Aprilia RS 125 GP Replica, 5,300 pounds. This most recent GP replica is a worthy heir to Aprilia's enduringly famous 125 sports bike, a bike so attractive. The RS, with its high-tech, completely modern liquid-cooled 4-valve DOHC fuel-injected 4-stroke single, nevertheless thrives on RPM and generates as much power, 14.7 brake horsepower, as any rival, despite no longer being a screaming, smoky 2-stroke that changed in 2011. You have a sports 125 that any self-respecting 17-year-old would sell their grandmother for when you combine the unmistakable Italian sports style, a mouth-watering specification that includes radial brakes and inverted forks, flawlessly sharp and nimble styling, and good rookie manners. The best part is that this traditionally pricey Super 125 inches now actually undercuts Yamaha's newest model, with the base model priced at £4,499. But for an extra £100, get the full Monty GP replica instead. There's 125 others that lack the drool factor. Number 5. Honda MSX 125, 3,800 pounds. The 2014 release of the Honda MSX 125 makes it the smallest and loudest 125 class motorcycle, at least in terms of attitude. It quickly gained a cult following and became known as the Grom. It is a contemporary take on the monkey bike, modeled after Honda's small-wheeled wonders that were so famous in the late 1960s and early 1970s. With its authentic 10-horsepower, air-cooled 125cc engine, tiny 12-inch wheels, and overall 3/4 scale dimensions, the MSX 125 may or may not be a suitable fit for you. It will make you look like an adult riding a BMX. However, being a Honda, it is extremely well developed, boasts excellent ergonomics, even for taller riders, is absurdly simple to ride, especially in urban areas, and has grown to become something of a cult favorite. It's not as practical as you might think, and we wouldn't want to negotiate a dual carriageway or bypass on one, but it's also far classier and more enjoyable than you might think, especially for smaller or less experienced riders. In addition, it looks better than an ice cube on a polar ice cap. If you like a more vintage form, Honda also released the Monkey model in 2018 for a mere £300 more. Number 4. Honda CB 125R, 4,900 pounds. Evidence that being a brilliant 125 doesn't require being the quickest, most well-equipped, or even the most expensive. The 2018 introduction of Honda's entry in the stylish, sporty, naked 125 class, which competes with bikes like the KTM Duke and Yamaha MT125, replaced the company's enduring and well-liked fared sport CBR 125R, a sign of Honda's confidence in the new model. It was positioned effectively because, while the CB isn't superior to any competitor in any one area, it excels at providing a wonderful balance of quality, performance, style, value, and rideability for beginners. Along with its spacious, comfy, and characteristically great Honda ergonomics, the chassis also has a number of elegant features including inverted forks, a radial front caliper, and a sophisticated LCD dashboard. The styling is meant to blend in with Honda's new neo-cafe-style roadsters, like the CB650R and CB1000R. It does this well, making the bike appear much more substantial than a 125. The entire package comes in at just over 4,500 pounds, which is definitely a steal for a proper, high-quality Honda, considering that rival Yamahas cost much more. Number 3. Yamaha MT125, 5,200 pounds. Yamaha's interpretation of the sleek, naked, performance 125 Roadster checks almost every box when it comes to this kind of bike. So even if it's somewhat expensive, it just has to be on this list. Yamaha's junior master of torque, which debuted in 2014 and is the younger sibling of the MT-07, Montana, 09, and MT-10, is essentially a stripped-down R125 Sportster, which has been revised for 2023. Similar to that bike, it now has an upgraded, lighter 6-speed gearbox, a shorter, more agile Delta Box chassis with a fatter 140 section rear tire, high-quality inverted KYB forks and rear shock, and most importantly, new styling that includes a revised, more comfortable and roomy riding position that gives it a more substantial feel than before. The latest high-tech VVA 125cc engine produces the maximum 14.7 brake horsepower allowed and a healthy dollop of mid-range power. It's so good, in fact, that we can hardly find anything to complain about other from the cost. Even more expensive than Aprilia's Tuono, which is based on the RS 125, the new MT125 is an excellent bike, but it's well worth the extra money. Number 2. KTM Duke 125, 4,700 pounds. Austrian off-road specialists. When it comes to modifying MX or enduro bikes into supermotos, KTM is the undisputed master. With the introduction of the 620 Duke in 1995, the company essentially created the class. From then on, the Duke family has expanded to include the 1290, 890, 790, 690, 390, 200, and in this case, 125cc models. They have also become the mainstay of their line while continuing to innovate to keep a step ahead of the competition. The 2012 KTM 125 Duke was one of the class's most entertaining and agile handling bikes thanks to its modern, punchy, liquid-cooled, fuel-injected DOHC 4-valve 4-stroke engine, lightweight tubular steel trellis chassis, good quality inverted WP forks and shock, and sharp brakes and geometry. The Duke 125 has undergone a significant redesign for 2024. Among the many new features are a lighter engine, a new frame and subframe, and improved electronics. The Husqvarna Svartpilen 401, which has a more retro-inspired appearance and the same engine as the departing Duke 125, offers an alternative if you don't like the outrageous styling. Even though it appears to be among the more costly 125 alternatives, you're getting a lot of technology for your money, and KTM frequently offers discounts on its motorcycles, so you can wind up spending a lot less than the suggested retail price. For additional details, see our review of the KTM Duke 125. Number 1. Yamaha R125, 5,200 pounds. Since its 2008 release, Yamaha's Sports R125 model, which resembles an R1 clone but lacks the extra inches, has been the most sought-after option in the quarter-liter class. That bike satisfied any 17-year-old's need for a Rossi replica, while also proving to be a reliable, efficient learner purchase by fusing the dominant King CBR 125R's novice manners with more full-size flair, equipment, and performance. In 2019, the third iteration of the product was unveiled, with updated Delta Box chassis and variable valve timing. The R125 received more modifications for 2023, including style akin to the R7, an improved TFT dashboard, traction control, and pre-wiring for a quick shifter from Yamaha's accessory line. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for new upcoming videos of motorcycles. Thanks for watching.